speaking of Champions League, after this next game, well, I'm going to have a promo for you guys. It is a promo that's for the next 2 or 3 days, but it's a very good one that you can take advantage of with Champions League right around the corner. But before we do that, probably the biggest game of the weekend in the EPL is Tottenham and Man City. Let's have a look at the numbers on this one. Tottenham plus 340 at home. The draws plus 320. And Man City minus 140. Kev, you and Bryan are going to handle this game. All I can tell you is these teams played 2 weeks ago. I was in Vegas cashing some World Cup tickets, and I had a bunch of client plays all tied to this game. And 2-0 Tottenham at halftime. And I can tell you all three of those client plays were losing, but 4 goals in the second half by City, 4-2 final. And I went from an 0-3 day to a 3-0 day. So I was pretty happy. 6 goals in that one. Any chance we get anything close to that in this one, Kev?
There's always a chance, Carmine. There's always a chance. I'm having a hard time with this game, to be honest. I was surprised, like a lot of people, by the news of Cancelo's departure. He's been an absolute mainstay for this City side over the last few years. So, it's just the whole news around City right now. Is there trouble in paradise? Who knows? Supposedly Pep Guardiola thinks his side look too comfortable out there. They're just kind of going through the motions, so to speak. So, if you're going to make changes to freshen up this squad, like he did with bringing in Rico Lewis, for example, for Cancelo, then, those type of more well-established players are going to suffer. So, it's just a tough one to read with this team in terms of, is this just a simple matter of Pep making a couple of changes, freshen up the squad, and then suddenly City are back in business? Or, maybe it hints at a deeper problem with the club. Maybe, Pep's lost the dressing room. Maybe he's the change that's needed. So I don't want to hit the panic button on Man City. Obviously, that's way too early. But it doesn't look all rosy at the club, for sure. So, with the fact there's so much uncertainty, with Man City, with the facts surrounding this game, I just don't want to get involved in picking a side here. Actually running the XG, Tottenham were the ones that popped out as the value side here. So, you talked about that game last time out. I'm going to come right back and do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to take the under 3 goals, which looked good early in that one. Looked good up until about the 40th minute, until it exploded into life. So, yeah, that's going off of minus 120 in this one. Look, same reasons. Manchester City on the road this season have been absolutely fantastic. Number 1 in defensive XGA, second fewest goals allowed from open play as well. And they face a Tottenham side here who also ranked top 5 this year in defensive XGA at home. So it's not a play I'll be rushing to the window, by any means here. But, if I'm playing this one, I believe the under looks like the best shout here at a straight 3.
All right. That's Kevin Dolan of WagerTalk.com. And Kev, it did look good. I'll be honest with you. It looked like a dead under for the first 45 minutes. And then, like I said, a 45th minute goal, one in injury time, and Tottenham go to the locker room up 2-0. And I say it both in football, European football, and in hockey. A 2-goal lead is one of the scariest leads to have, because when you concede the first, momentum has changed. One thing, and Bryan, I'm going to get your feedback on this game next, is I don't expect Antonio Conte to be on the sidelines for this Tottenham team. He just had his gallbladder taken out, so he's definitely not going to be on the sidelines jumping up and down. He'll be watching this game from a monitor somewhere. Give me your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, look, I still have City rated as a superior side, but Kevin, I thought, laid out a pretty nice synopsis there why you probably don't want to lay the price here with City. Tottenham, they're going to come in desperate. They've won just twice in 6 league matches since the World Cup break. Did just progress to the FA Cup. Last time in league play, they were 1-0 winners. But, as you mentioned, Carmine, just a moment ago, no Conte. And, of course, we've got to go back to the last time these teams faced off, January 19th. As we've all said, it was won by City 4-2, but XG said it shouldn't have been that high scoring. And City has not allowed any goals in the 2 subsequent matches. They beat Wolves 3-0 here in the league, and then Arsenal, of course, 1-0 in the FA Cup. Look, I know it's risky because you've got 2 of the 3 highest scoring sides in the league here, but I too would look at the under 3. The reverse was the only one of Liverpool's last 5 with more than 3 goals scored. And similarly, we've seen 3 or less scored in 4 of Tottenham's last 5 matches. So yeah, make it 2 for 2. I'm in agreement with Kevin here. I am on the under 3 as Tottenham takes on Man City Sunday.
All right, Brian Power. And the scary thing here, guys, is if our head of production, Joe Ranieri, is watching this show right now, he is going to fade all 3 of us, because I like the under in this game as well, too. While I like the over in the first game, I think it's going to be a little different. And when he hears us all go one way, he loves to go the other. So, Joe, if you're watching this, I hope this is one of those ones where you lose and the 3 of us win. But we'll discuss that on Tuesday's show, where
Joe
we're
loves
also
to go
going to
against
discuss
whatever I say.
Yeah, he does. It is Joe. He absolutely loves it. He hasn't stopped messaging me about the Buffalo Bills going down, and he's a Jets fan. So take that for with a grain of salt. But next week, we're going to have some Champions League. And speaking of Champions League, I want to put up a show special. And this one is good until this Sunday at midnight. Champions League's right around the corner. Guys are starting to load their plays, load some props, load some futures for the knockout stages. I've already reduced the Champions League package that goes for all 3 tournaments: Champions League, Europa League, and Europa Conference League. The 3 tournaments that are running right now that will end in June. That was originally $299. I dropped it to $149. I'm going to give you a chance to get $30 off, an additional $30 off if you use coupon code UEFA30. So use the code UEFA30 to get another $30 off, and $119. You're essentially going to get every single play released from your favorite capper in Champions League, Europa League, and Europa League Conference League, right through to the finals, which are in June. That's a ton of games for essentially the price of 4 packages, 4 daily packages. So head over to WagerTalk and Sports Memo, and that is good for myself, Kevin, Brian at WagerTalk, and then Pavlos and Nick Borman over at Sports Memo. So you can get that. Use that coupon for as many as you wish.